In about 48 hours, extravagant eggs will be opening in Madden 23, so in today's video, let me go through and showcase the #1 best and cheapest method to pick up some extravagant eggs. Now, Solstice family, and welcome back to another Madden 23 video. Be sure to watch to the end of this one, because at the end of this one, there's a very nice method to pick up these eggs for the low. But first, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to one of the partners on the channel, Underdog Fantasy. They are a website allowing you guys to make higher or lower player picks and win real money. You can win up to 20 extra money. Now on the site, you guys can make picks on NBA, MLB, and NHL, and as you guys can see on the screen, we've had our fair share of wins in the past couple of weeks. And very importantly, there are most certainly going to be some free lines as well as boosters coming soon for the NBA playoffs, so if you want access to all that good stuff, be sure to use the promo code SWIFT, that's SWIFT, as you're checking out the app. Again, click the link in the description or go to the App Store, download Underdog Fantasy, and put in the promo code SWIFT. But getting back on track, let's get started and go over the 3 possible options to pull extravagant eggs in this game. We'll compare the price of how much they're going to cost, and at the end of the video, like I said, there's a pretty fun method I want to show you. Okay, now option #1, and by far the most basic and simple option in this game, is opening up the random extravagant egg training pack. As you guys can see right here, it costs you 170k training, and 170k training, when we convert that into a coin number, is about 340,000 coins in value. The reason why I was able to make that calculation is because right now the market is sitting at about a 2 CPT. If you don't know what the word CPT stands for, that is the coin per training ratio. That basically means that if I want 1 training point, I'm gonna have to spend on average about 2 coins for that training point. So very simply, we multiply 170k by 2, and that means you're spending about 340k to open this pack up. Let's rip one of them right here, see what's gonna be inside. Of course, it's guaranteed to be an extravagant. Will it be a good one though? It's gonna be a half decent one, actually not a very good one at all. This one's only gonna quick sell for 110k, so this is actually the worst possible egg you can pull out of this. I'll hold on to this one though, and that's option #1. Let's compare all 3 options, then go over my favorite method. Okay, option #2 is going to be staying in the store and opening up the Sugar Rush egg pack. As you guys can see, you get 190 plus, you get 182 plus, and you get 1 medium egg. Now, I believe that's a medium egg or better. And in terms of pricing right here, this is going to be costing you 120,000 coins. In terms of how many coins you're going to make back, as you can see, it's actually pretty rare to pull anything higher than a 93. So I'm going to say on average, you're probably making back about 40,000 coins, meaning that you're spending about 80k to get a medium egg. Now, is that worth it? We'll compare in a second, but let's open this pack up right here just so I can kind of show you guys how it looks on the video. 120k in spend. Again, on average, we get back about 40,000 coins, meaning when we do that math, 120 minus 40, that means you're spending about 80k to get a medium egg. Is that worth it? We'll talk about that in a second. We get a 90 Dan Arnold pull right here, and I'm assuming this is probably going to be medium unless we get lucky. Yeah, we do not. We pull a regular medium egg. Okay, so that's option #2, which basically means you're spending about 80,000 coins for a medium egg or better. Remember, option 1 was about 340k for the extravagant egg. Now let's move on to option #3. Now the third option, as you guys can see right here, is going to be going on over to our sets, scrolling on down to the medium and the large egg sets. Let's talk about how much these cost. Let's talk about what's inside. Let's talk about if they're worth it. Now, starting it off with the medium egg set right here, this is probably costing you about 90,000 coins, meaning you're spending 90k to pick up a medium egg or better. Is that worth it? Again, we'll talk about that once we go over all of the different options, but I just want to lay out the numbers right here so you guys can see that. So it's about 90,000 coins to do this set. The large egg set's going to be costing you about 230k, and remember, this gives you a large egg or better, but 230k is a lot of coins to spend to pick up a large or better. So those are kind of going to be your 4 options when it comes to getting extravagant eggs in this game. Option #1, simply roll in the reroll. You're spending about 340k to roll that. Option 2 is opening up the pack I showed you in the store. You're spending about 80,000 coins for a medium or better. Option 3 is the medium egg set, which is giving you a medium or better. Again, that's going to be costing you about 90k, and then the large egg set right here is going to be costing you about 230k, and again, gives you a larger better. So what do I think is the best way to get extravagant eggs in this game? Well, to me, it's pretty clear. I think the reroll is most certainly the best way possible to pick up extravagance in this game, but of course, to do the reroll at the best rate possible, we got to get training at the best deal that we can. So let's just go over a basic training method, then we'll talk about a little bit more of an in-depth strategy in this game. Now, in my opinion, the 2 best ways to get training are buying 95 overall players at 135k or 93s at 60k, and that's going to be ensuring that you're buying training at the best rate possible in the market. In terms of the 93s right here, basically what I'll do is I'll just come on down to this filter, 92 to 93, and then I'll filter it down by certain programs. So we'll filter it down right here by the Combine, by Team of the Week, and by Campus Hero 2. And like I said, in terms of finding these cards, I'll go down by the quality 92 to 93, I'll poke around on this filter, I'll see what programs we see cards in. So we see like a Combine one, we see a Campus Hero 2 one, we see Team of the Week, and then we'll just filter it down by those programs. Want to open up packs with better odds than EA Sports gives you? Well, check out mudpacks.com to open up packs, win coins, and withdraw them directly to your account. And of course, use code SWIFT as you're checking out the site for 15% off. Then next up, we can do the exact same thing for the 95s. For the 95 overall filter right here, again, we want these cards at about like 135k or less. As you guys will see, we'll filter it down by 94 to 95. We'll see what 95 overall players we see. So we see a card right here in aka New Class. We see a card in Zero Chill. Let's take a look at those. And again, like I said before, 135k is the target number for the 95s. Do we see one right here at that price point? I see 133k right here. That would work perfectly. Or again, we could filter it down by the other program we saw that had a little bit of life right here, which would be Zero Chill. And again, we'd be looking for these cards at the same rate, 135k or less. We actually don't see them right here. Okay, so now that we've determined the best way to get extravagant eggs in this game is opening up the extravagant egg pack. And now you guys know the cheapest way to get training, but wait, there's a kicker. Let's talk about another training method that is super effective. Now for this method, what we're going to do is we're going to filter it down right here by the program Ring of Honor. And fellas, some of these sets in this game are crazy for getting training at a cheap deal. What we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on some of these 98 overall player sets. So like 98 overall Barry Sanders supporting cast or 98 Deion Sanders supporting cast. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. As you guys can see, to get this set done, you got to pick up some 96 overall players. And ideally, if we can live in the video, we're going to try and snipe these cards at about 250 to 260,000 coins. If we see anything less, that's amazing. Okay, so let me stop talking. Let me get on with my sniping right here. Program Ring of Honor, quality 96 to 97. And again, you got to get 3 of these cards. But the way this method works is pretty simple, because as you guys can see, if we find these cards at 255k, like we see right here, that's going to mean we're dropping about 750,000 coins to do this set. But fellas, the 98 we get in return is 750k. So we're basically going to be making back those coins we spent. And then for doing the set, we also get 96s back as BNDs. So we can just quick sell those cards and get training at a really cheap deal to roll into the extravagant eggs. Okay, so let's say we just spent like 770k to get this set done. Now we're going to complete this. We're going to select Will Shields. We're going to select some of these cards back as BND and get training at a really cheap rate, which we can then roll into the extravagant eggs. I know this is the most confusing part of this video, but that's why I kind of put it at the end right here. The simple stuff was at the start. Round number 1, we'll take Will Shields. He's going to sell for a more expensive price than Priest Holmes. Round 2, we'll take any 96s. It doesn't matter. We're quick selling them. Okay, so remember, we just spent 770k. Now we get this Will Shields card who's going to sell for like 780k. Now, of course, after tax, we're not making back all our coins, but we're basically going to be losing out on about like 70,000 coins to pick up all the training points you guys will see in a second. So all these 96s you guys can see, we basically spend the equivalent of 70,000 coins to pick up 82,000 training. And that means we're basically getting training at under a 1 CPT. That is amazing, boys. You are not going to find a better training rate than that anywhere in this game. Okay, so now we know that A, the best way to get extravagant eggs in this game is opening up the extravagant egg reroll, and B, we just got training at a ridiculously cheap price. That is the exact formula you guys want to follow to get extravagant eggs at the best deal possible. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below. We end up pulling a somewhat decent egg right there. We'll take it. And if you want to stay up to date with more Madden tips and tricks, hit that sub button, as well as click on this video if you're curious about how to pull a golden ticket in this game. And I'm out. Peace.